finish. Right, guys, so today's lesson, I'm hoping you're not going to find it too difficult. It has this funny name, literal equations. The instructions also seem complicated, but eventually what you do is not difficult. And it ties in really well with what we did last lesson, which you didn't really like so much, is substitution. But hopefully it will enforce it. So we've got a formula, V equal U plus AT. That will be, does that look familiar to you? It will, if you do science, you're going to learn it this year. I think this year, maybe next year. Now, this is a formula, okay? Just to let you know, just out of interest, V stands for the final velocity, the speed of an object after a while. U stands for the initial velocity in the beginning. A stands for the acceleration, and T stands for time. Okay? Now, what they're asking you to do here, it says make A the subject of the formula. What they really mean is, I want you to tell me what is A in terms of U, V, and T. Just a second, Josh. Alright, so we are trying to find out what is A in terms of U, V, and T. Okay? We're rearranging the equation. You would like to try, Leo?
V minus U divided by T?
Correct. But we're going to take it one step at a time. You're right. You're absolutely right. So the first thing I need to do, basically what I need to find, eventually get is an answer, which Leo actually gave the answer, is A on the one side and everything else on the other side. Okay? So we do the same thing you do for algebra, but instead of having a bunch of numbers, you're going to have more letters. So what's the first thing we're going to get rid of? How are we going to start clearing out things from the right side? Well, the A I want to keep there. Everything else must go. So get rid of the U. How do I get rid of the U? Minus U. I'm going to do minus U. So I'm going to write V minus U equal AT. Okay, now what is AT? Is A time T. So divide by T. So I'm going to get A equal V minus U over T. What Leo said. Okay, I'll just pause here for a second. Okay, so now we got another equation. Okay, that's also an equation you're going to learn when you do this equation of kinematic, they're called. Okay, final velocity equal initial velocity squared plus 2as. Okay, now we want to make s. S is in fact the distance. We want to find what s is equal to. So what's the first thing we should do? We want to keep s on the one side, everything else must go. So what should we take out first? 2a. Minus the square of v, minus u squared. Because remember, we're always clearing out the thing that is plus or minus. Only then we're going to divide by these coefficients. So we're going to get rid of the u squared, so it's going to be v squared minus u squared equal 2as. And then, how are we going to go from here to here? I'll write it a bit closer. I can do it in one go. What do I need to do now?
Divide by 2a.
That's it, divided by 2a. So now we must write it as v squared minus u squared, all of that divided by 2a. Okay, again I will pause. Right, now let's add up to this question a bit, spice it up. It feels like that it's not too difficult, you guys getting it. I want to make now the u. I want to find out what u is equal to. U is subject to the formula, like that.
So don't you divide the 2 first?
Divide? I want to get rid of all these, right? I want to keep that by itself. So what should I do? How do I do it? What should I do? Minus 2as. I want to keep him on the left side. I want to find what u is. So I must first of all get rid of that one. How do I do it? Minus 2as. Okay? So I'm going to write u squared is equal to v squared minus 2as. Can you see that? But we're not there yet. This is u squared. I want to find out what u is. Square root both sides. I'm going to square root both sides. I'll write it down like this. Okay, I'll square root that. Okay, so u is equal to the square root of v squared minus 2as. We happy with that?
Yes.
Okay, let's pause here again. I will add one more bit to this. Right, so now this is kind of the exercise you're doing in the book, but I'll take it one step ahead, which is not difficult. I can tell you, in the first question, I can tell you, right, make s the subject, which you did. And now, solve s if a equal 1, v equal 2, and u equal 1.
Calculator.
Okay? You want to put the calculator? You can. Okay, so once you already found the formula, it's very easy to find the answer, right? S is equal to V squared. What is V? V, we said is 2. So it'll be 2 squared minus 1 squared divided by 2 times 1. How much is that? 4 minus 1, 3. 3 over 2?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? So that could be the next bit of the question. First, make S the subject. Now substitute all these values and you get what S is. And now we can do the same thing here. I can say, solve for you, if V equal 4, A equal 1, and S equal half. Okay? How are we going to do it? Okay, U will be equal square root of, what is V? V is 4, 4 squared. Okay? Minus 2 times, what is A?
Substitution.
Just substitution, you're right. 1 times S is half. So what do we have here? Square root of what is 4 squared? 16. Just a bit of bod math. 2 times 1 times half is just negative 1, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Because the 2 times half is 1.
Yeah.
So we get square root of 15, which you need to put in the calculator to find what it is. Okay? It's easy, isn't it? It's actually an easy lesson we've got today. But why I think it's such a good lesson? Because it gets you to practice substitution. This is what we're doing in substitution last lesson. We're making X or Y the subject of the formula. Okay? I'll leave it here. I'm talking already too much. Bye-bye.